If artificial intelligence is the technological revolution of tomorrow, then computational power is its essential fuel. The hitch, however, is that this resource is becoming so rare, expensive, and inaccessible that it has become extremely difficult for startups to utilize it to develop their solutions. Yet, the demand is enormous. Never in history has a technology been adopted so quickly. Proof of this is ChatGPT, which reached 100 million users in just 2 months. Faced with a demand far exceeding the supply of necessary GPUs, OpenAI is forced to spend $10 million per month using traditional solutions such as AWS or Azure, costs that significantly hinder innovation. This is where IO.net comes in. This decentralized network is in the midst of building the largest GPU infrastructure for AI in the world. Riding the waves of the two most powerful narratives of the moment, depin for decentralized physical infrastructure networks and AI, this project built on Solana aims to disrupt a sector dominated by giants in the manner of Uber or Airbnb. As usual, we start with a bit of history. This revolves around Ahmad Shadid who, after offering shoddy trading bot solutions and squandering investors' money on night outings, decided to develop a quantitative trading platform to help people become financially independent. He then realized that he would need a lot of computational power, a resource costing an arm and a leg. That's when he came up with the idea to develop the world's largest decentralized GPU network. The project grew so much that he was summoned to the White House with the NSA to discuss how to divide the cake. Thus begins the adventure. Let's head over to LinkedIn to take a look at the founder and CEO, Ahmad Shadid, or Shady. He previously had a career as a systems quantitative engineer, having participated in several projects whose legitimacy is now questioned. Although he always presented himself as just an employee in these companies, in-depth research reveals that he was actually a co-founder, raising questions about his willingness to minimize his role in these initiatives. Among these projects, we find Whales Trading, a trading bot that, like many others, no longer exists. There is also Million Exchange from Arabfolio, a cryptocurrency trading analysis platform offering products with promised returns up to 910% per year. These figures, although enticing, lead to questions about the viability and ethics of the business practices involved.
To Libra. This is the second time Facebook calls us to their office and asking us to find a middle solution between Libra and W.
We also meet the COO, Tory Green, who seems like a nice guy since he loves cats and has 10 years of experience as a true capitalist, but also in management and lots of cool stuff in his resume like nuclear engineering. They lead a team of over 100 people and continue to grow. The folks work well, as evidenced by their magnificent site. I want to give them 5 out of 5 just for the choice of colors and their super stylish logo. But, having already been scammed by a trading bot in my youth, I have to penalize Ahmed's past because my grandfather always told me that a man is defined by his actions. I therefore assign a red flag to the team, a 2 out of 5. In March 2024, IO.net successfully raised $30 million. Compared to Render, a leader in depin specialized in 3D rendering calculations, this fundraising seems a bit low given IO.net's much higher ambitions. Among the investors, we find key figures in the sector, as well as Solana, known for its expertise in rebooting after network failures, which could prove valuable, and Hack VC, whose name, hopefully, is not ominous. Currently, the price at which VCs were able to acquire the token is unknown. However, given the enthusiasm for the project and the strong demand from buyers on the OTC market, such as on Whale Market, it is reasonable to assume that IO.net could quickly reach a valuation among the highest of its competitors upon launch. This would mean substantial profits for the investors. Regarding partnerships, they made a big impact right from the start by aligning with the sector's depin leaders. Filecoin, the largest decentralized storage network, collaborates to enable providers to maximize their revenue by making their unused GPUs and CPUs available on the IO.net network. For Render Network, the idea is to break the confines of 3D modeling and expand their capabilities to more useful applications like machine learning by making themselves available on the IO.net network. This is why, when visiting the IO.net Explorer, one can see the number of GPUs and CPUs from Render and Filecoin available. IO.net makes a bold entrance and, although still young, already integrates the sector's leaders. It's completely crazy, deserving a 5 out of 5. Regarding the roadmap, the IO.net project has developed at a staggering pace. The philosophy is clear: only talk about a solution when it's ready and made available. This rapid development, although impressive, has sometimes put the machine to the test, as evidenced by bugs and a major security incident that prompted the postponement of the TGE by a few weeks. We'll talk more about that later. Despite these hurdles, the progress remains notable, deserving a solid 4 out of 5 for the roadmap. IO.net stands out with what they call clusters. A cluster is a network that can group several hundred to thousands of GPUs and CPUs, all coordinated to function as an extremely powerful unit. While other solutions offer access to GPUs located in the same place, IO.net allows the aggregation of GPUs from around the world, thus providing unprecedented flexibility and accessibility, and consequently, reducing costs by 90%. The solution revolves around 3 main products: IO Cloud, IO Worker, and IO Explorer. IO Cloud, this is where you can rent GPUs to run AI and machine learning applications. Instead of buying and maintaining these powerful computers, companies can use IO Cloud, which connects them to a network of GPU and CPU owned by the IO workers. To coordinate all these devices and ensure they work smoothly together, IO Cloud uses a framework called Ray. Think of Ray as a traffic cop, ensuring that data flows smoothly and efficiently. IO Worker. By becoming an IO worker, you leverage the unused power of your equipment, located anywhere in the world, to support the network. This is a way for individuals, data centers, and cryptocurrency miners to manage their equipment while generating income. By sharing your inactive computing resources, you earn money in USDC, which you can easily withdraw using Solana Pay directly from your account. This process is similar to cryptocurrency mining but simpler and more lucrative, without the need for KYC or prolonged training, unlike systems like AWS. IO Explorer. This tool allows you to view all transactions on the blockchain, including the total and active number of GPUs, clusters, and workers. It works a bit like Etherscan, but without the extreme complexity, no need for a triple doctorate in nuclear engineering to decipher the information. With already over 11,000 ready GPUs from around the world, the IO.net infrastructure is robust. Although there may be display bugs and difficulties in deploying clusters on the network, if the project delivers on its promises, it could revolutionize the sector, just like Airbnb transformed the hotel industry. This value proposition is immense and undoubtedly deserves a 10 out of 10. For the tokenomics, the initial distribution structure of IO.net's tokens is designed with a strong community orientation, in line with the project's vision. Seed and VCs, 22.5% of the tokens, with a cliff of 13 months after the token generation event and eligibility for staking rewards 3 months after. Team, 11.3% of the tokens, with a cliff of 13 months and a distribution spread over 3 years. Development, 16% of the tokens. Community, 50% of the tokens, intended for the initial airdrop and future incentives and rewards. At launch, IO.net will have an initial supply of 500 million IO, which will increase to 800 million IO over 20 years, as tokens are issued to stimulate network growth and adoption. At the TGE on May 14th, 112.5 million tokens corresponding to the initial airdrop will be exchangeable. Users can earn IO tokens in 3 main ways on the IO.net network. Providers of hardware on the network receive hourly rewards for the availability of their GPU or CPU. These rewards are based on several factors, including the bandwidth of the node, the availability ratio, and the type of hardware. 95% of these rewards go to the providers, with the remaining 5% going to the stackers. Providers also earn hourly fees when they are engaged by a user, based on the services provided such as bandwidth speed or storage capacity. 1% of these fees are allocated to the stackers. IO.net generates revenue by charging fees for services, including reservation fee. Users paying for a computational power reservation on the network are charged 0.25% of the total cost of the reservation. Payment fee. These fees vary depending on the payment method. For example, a fee of 2% is applied for payments in USDC, while no fee is charged for payments in IO tokens, thus making the service more accessible to users who are less familiar with Web3. The revenues collected by IO.net are used to buy IO tokens on the market and burn them. This supply reduction strategy aims to increase the value of the remaining tokens and also reduce the token's velocity. Overall, this tokenomics is well thought out and balanced, centered around the I/O. The more the network is used, the more value it will gain. I give a 9 out of 10 for the tokenomics. In late April, IO.net faced a major security vulnerability exploitation. Attackers managed to simulate about 1.8 million GPU nodes to improperly take advantage of the rewards program. Martin Shkreli, a controversial figure, did not hesitate to publicly highlight these flaws, illuminating notable inconsistencies between the official figures of IO.net and reality. This raised critical questions about the effectiveness of surveillance and governance within IO.net. Was the team aware of these flaws without intervening, or is it simply incompetence? In either case, it represents a red flag for investors and users. As a response, IO.net implemented a proof-of-work system to authenticate the GPUs. This belated reaction and reactive risk management raised questions about the maturity of IO.net's security infrastructure. As a result, a rating of 2 out of 5 is given, reflecting the significant challenges the company must overcome to restore trust and secure its network. From the beginning, IO.net has placed the community at the heart of its project, managing to quickly gather a large and engaged user base. The IO.net team actively engages with its community by regularly organizing AMA sessions, where members can directly question the team, discuss future developments, and share their concerns. On social media, particularly Twitter, IO.net has successfully capitalized on this dynamic to attract an impressive community of 500,000 followers. It remains to be seen how many of these members will stay engaged after events like the airdrop, which often attract the worst elements of the ecosystem, with people coming to scrape together $5 to buy a kebab. Despite this, a rating of 5 out of 5 is justified for the community. IO.net has skillfully integrated the competition into its ecosystem, launching its token after the halving, with a cliff for VCs and the team that should ensure good token valuation throughout the bull market. By riding on 2 of the most powerful narratives of this cycle, the timing is perfect. A rating of 5 out of 5. With 84%, IO.net ranks high on the tier list. With a value proposition capable of disrupting the giants of Web 2 and finely tuned tokenomics, IO.net fully deserves its place, at least on paper. However, there are still some bugs to fix and, more importantly, customers to attract. Adding to this the shady past of the CEO, the S tier could quickly turn into a scam tier. Let me know if you agree in the comments, and see you soon with a new project analysis. This was Rocket. Ciao!